Welcome to Board Insiders, your snowboard resource.
So I'm Devin Carroll and I'm here at Stevens Pass today. I rode the Machete 158. Great all-around board, all mountain freestyle. Jibs really well, rides the POW nice, and holds an edge really good at high speeds. Butter's great, just kind of one, I like to call it like a magic stick. It just wants to do everything.
The best thing about it is its turning ability. Short turns, long turns, wide turns, all kinds of turns at all different speeds. It's beautiful. I think it was the best turning board in the test.
It was really flexible, and I felt like it rode a little shorter than 158. Maybe just the balance of the board and the contact of the edges and the base. But it felt like it rode a little shorter, and you could just really move around with it really well.
It was really agile and poppy. I mean, you could spin it around, you can kind of play with it. But then, like, when it came down to landing off the jumps, it felt really stable. I mean, it wasn't washing out or anything.
This board rocks. This is the most fun board I've been on yet. This board is intended for male riders, but they should make more boards like this for women. This board charged the POW, it charged the steeps, it charged flats, the park. This board handled amazingly in every kind of condition.
I really liked this board and essentially everything I rode. It was stiff enough to get down the steeps, and then we got down to the park. It had amazing pop off the jumps, and the rails. It wasn't too flexy, but flexy enough.
Trying to start a fire, let's get inspired, let's start a fire, forget the water, it's time to let the fire burn, it's time to let the fire burn, it's time to let this fire burn, forget the water, let's make it.
I was riding it in some, what I would call CRS conditions, can't really see, and there was a bit of vertigo going on where I couldn't see where I was going, and I was going between hard pack and a couple inches of new and a foot of guanche, and this board just motored through all of it just as smooth as could be. Didn't throw me off balance, didn't bounce me around or anything. It's just really well behaved.
The edge hold, as far as when I was engaging the turns, it did really well. There were a couple parts where I felt a little squirrely when I was, just kind of popped into a little chute that I wasn't expecting, and it shook out a little bit underneath me, but anything that I was trying to do, put on the board, was great.
On hard packed snow and ice, it does pretty well. It holds an edge pretty well. If you start going a little faster, it's fairly stable, but I'd say it feels a little bit wobbly. I guess that's a contradiction. It's a little bit, it's not precise. Maybe because of the rocker technology, it's a little loose at speed.
Maybe a little loose at high speeds because of the rocker, but that's kind of a given with most rockered boards. They're just a little bit looser turning at high speeds.
It can be all mountain. I mean, I do like I like having pop when I'm riding free ride, and and then taking it into the park, it can do anything that they put in there.
It's a super poppy board. It made me feel like a better rider in the park than I am.
I have hit some big jumps. It's poppy, stable landing, edges really well into them, and just all around great riding.
I get tired with our fists up and our hearts to guide us where you know that we can walk on fire.
Rode it in the pipe, and I think has enough stiffness and pop to be good in the pipe as well. Definitely has pop off jumps, stable landing off jumps.
would it feel to have no
Good, I would say, is in powder and just being an all-around, you know, wizard stick, one board quiver is probably the best way I could say it's a great board, because it will jib and it'll ride pow and everything in between.
Really, the only thing that I don't like about it that well is the binding inserts are at 21.5 or 22.5, and I'm 22. So you got to fiddle with the plates a little bit to get it exactly where you want it. And also, ride, there are no reference marks on the inserts. Please put reference marks on your boards. Maybe the next production runs will have reference marks.
So I usually ride a men's 160. So I'm used to riding bigger, wider boards. I have a 7.5 foot size, so even though my feet are kind of small, the width of this board was okay. It was a little slower than some of the women's boards that I've ridden. I mean slower from edge to edge, but that's expected because it is lighter. So overall, it's compared to most of the women's boards that I've ridden, it's a lot faster, it charges at high speeds much better, and it's more stable on landings, it's more stable in the powder.
Whatever this board has, I like. You know, I'm not too knowledgeable about the camber aspect, but you know, it popped well and controlled very well.
Great all-around board that fits everyone. Beginner to expert, you get on this board, it'll make you a better rider.
Shred Cred, I gave it a 94.
Shred Cred, I gave this a 92.
I gave this board a Shred Cred rating of 85.
Shred Cred, 94.
My Shred Cred was a 93.
Shred Cred, 100.
I give this a Shred Cred of a 97.
Shred Cred, I gave it a 97. It's one of my favorite boards.
Board Insiders. Watch, learn, buy.